I mean, nobody nobody knows what the answer is, and I think that means the answer is to not listen. normally, normally the biggest problem in the world is people not listening. But in here, it's the other way around. If everybody just stopped listening, maybe maybe they would be able to get back to work, because obviously what's what's happening is not working. And at the end of the day, what moves society and culture forward is economics. And this problem, that this health crisis is putting a lot of economic pressure on businesses and people, and as a result families and society, and that's in general not a good thing. People will adapt, and people will change, and they will learn to live in a new system the same way that we learned to use mobile phones, the same way we learned to use computers, the same way we learned to read. We will adapt to it, but I don't think it's going to be very comfortable for us to adapt to it, because it's a very unnatural process. And it's not just the adapting that's important. It's understanding the madness of football matches that nobody is watching, right? You know, the empty stadiums and football matches being played. It being called professional sport, right? It seems to me very much designed to die. This sports culture that we've built, which was crazy anyway, right? It was crazy that you can be a professional basketball player or a professional baseball player, or it's that you can make money and live your life swinging a bat or throwing a ball, or is it is very odd, and I'm not convinced that it contributes a great deal to society. I guess what matters most is that people are nice people. It doesn't really matter, you know, what your job is, and if you can live that way and make a living that way, then good. But these industries were created by the fans. They were created by the people who followed them, who got interested in them, who built up the fans who bought tickets to go to the stadiums and watch the games and be part of the atmosphere. You know, look at any video of any great concert by any rock band, whether it was Queen or Metallica or Iron Maiden or U2 or whoever is the biggest band, I don't know. But when are we going to get back to that kind of culture and that kind of atmosphere of things being normal, which turns back into what I talked about earlier related to the 5-year periods. Yeah. And I think that what we have is a war on culture. It's cultural warfare, and we can expect it to last 5 years until a new normal way of thinking
Yes,
is constructed, and then maybe beyond that some kind of cultural or artistic renaissance might grow out of that. The trouble is that whatever is popular is whatever is pushed to be popular, and the more people see something, the more they will talk about it. The more they talk about it, the more popular it becomes, and so it grows. So it might not be organic in the classic sense, and maybe we'll learn more. Like maybe there's like I'm always thinking about what more is there to learn? What more is there to know? What is it that what is it that we don't know? What if there's an even bigger danger out there? I don't know. All right. All right. I mean, you can it's it's definitely strange. Strange times, strange happenings. It's going to be studied. People will look back at this period of time and study history and what happened and what people did. They will study it in great detail to understand the the science of human behavior and how it is pretty much one system worldwide, one culture, one way of life, one vision, and that is good and bad at the same time. It's good and bad at the same time. And as I said earlier, I think maybe maybe culturally we're tired, right? Always see it at the end of civilizations where crazy gets more crazy, gets more crazy, gets more crazy. And the other thing is crazy is not always a bad thing, right?
Yes, yes, of course.
Because crazy people think differently, and it's not always a bad thing to have
Mm-hmm.
to have to have different ideas and different thoughts. So we will we will see what happens as a result.